I posted, actually, my social media team posted something that I say over and over and over again. It's something I've said before. They reposted it on Twitter this week. If you'll do rich people stuff, you get to be rich people. If you do poor people stuff, you're going to be poor people. If you're rich people and you do poor people stuff, you become poor people. If you're poor people and you do rich people stuff, you become rich people. And some idiot left-wing socialist, crazy leftist thing picked that up and posted it. And so I've gotten like 5,000 troll hate tweets from left-wing socialist crazy people. Oh, so if I go buy a brand new Ferrari and I rip people off from their pensions, I'll be rich, is the response to that tweet. When obviously, if you have half a brain cell, what that tweet meant was find out what rich people are doing for real and do that, which, by the way, I can tell you what they're doing. They live on less than they make. They avoid debt, and that's how they became rich. It wasn't that they ripped people off or raided a pension fund or filed bankruptcy 22 times or all of your leftist crap, or they inherited money. Oh, I can't inherit money, so how am I going to do rich people stuff? You're a moron. You're just a moron. I mean, seriously. But the problem is that when people get to where they have hope deferred, Proverbs says, makes the heart sick. So if you're 26 or 36 or any 6, and you do not believe deep down in your soul that you're ever going to win because you have believed a worldview that says the little man can't get ahead, you're trapped, and the mean old whatevers are out to get you, and Eeyore becomes your spirit animal. Oh, it's bad. It's always going to be bad. And then someone presents to you the idea that you actually are in control of your destiny. Oh, and you're responsible for your destiny. That really will piss you off if you are living in a hopeless situation. And that's why I get leftist crazies that are really, really angry with me, because I present to them hope and they don't believe there is any. Oh, and I present to them that it is up to them to do it. By the way, you don't have to be a leftist crazy to understand this. You could be a right crazy guy, like an alt-right nutburger, okay? You could be one of those guys, trying to live off the grid and collect ammunition. If you're one of those nutburgers, you could be that. And still, what you have is you've lost hope that you are going to control your destiny. And this millionaire study proves that 90% of America's millionaires are first-generation rich. 79% inherited zero, 5% inherited less than $100,000, another 5% inherited less than $200,000, and inherited it so late in the process they were already millionaires before they inherited any money. So the idea that you inherited money, it made you a millionaire, is an absolute fallacy. It's just factually wrong. It's not where millionaires come from. Now that's something to think about. You got to think about, okay, am I in charge of my destiny? Not 100%. Bad stuff happens to us. I could pull out of the parking lot and get T-boned, and it's not my fault, and that could throw me off. I don't get to control that part, but I control the controllables. I control the guy in my mirror. He's controllable. That's called self-control. It's part of being a grown-up. But what do rich people really do? Do they really rip people off? Did you become rich by raiding a pension fund or filing bankruptcy 10 times? Is that really where wealth comes from? See, if you really believe that line of garbage, and I think, honestly, it's intellectually insincere to say you believe it. If you have 2 brain cells, really, you have to look around and go, that is not where wealth comes from. Ripping people off is not where wealth comes from. Let me give you an example, okay? Business people are ripping people off, and that's how those evil business people. Of course, you're tweeting on an Apple phone that you bought from a business person. So you should think about that when you're doing it, you moron. But anyway, here's the thing. Here's what happens with business. Those who do a bad job and rip people off, people talk about it and don't go back, both. So let's say this. You go to a car mechanic, and your car's broken, and you go in, and the guy rips you off. He does a horrible job. He charges you too much money, doesn't even do the stuff he said he was going to do, and the car still doesn't work. Do you go back? Only if your parents are cousins. Okay, you really don't go back. Okay? So he's lost you as a customer. Do you tell your kids and your friends and your parents to go there to get their car fixed? No. Not unless you're stupid. You tell them to avoid the guy because he's a rip-off artist. So he doesn't get any business from you or anyone you know. Now, I'm confused. Being a crook, how did he prosper? Only in your hopeless, left-wing, crazy world did that guy prosper. It's mathematically impossible for him to prosper ripping people off. Now, you might get a one-time hit. You might just completely steal $10 million out of something and one time rip somebody off. But nobody goes back for seconds with crooks except stupid people. I mean, Bernie Madoff opens up an investment firm. How many of you are going to sign up? Think about it. Crooks do not prosper. Instead, the guy fixes your car. He does a great job. And he goes, oh, hey, you know, it was a 35-cent part. It took me 5 minutes, no charge. What do you do then? You tell everybody you know to get their car fixed there. So honest, good people are the ones that prosper. Please don't think otherwise. It just makes you look stupid. It just makes you that. And that's guys run the business. Same with a heat and air company. Same with an ice cream shop. I mean, if you rip people off, you don't prosper. Why is this hard? It's really not hard.